Hi Scorpio, welcome to December. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have Neptune moving direct on December 4th. We have a full moon in Gemini on December 7th. A new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd, and Chiron goes direct on the same day. And then Mercury goes retrograde on December 29th. So we'll get into the astrology later. Let's see what the cards say for Scorpio about love and relationships for the month of December 2022. What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for December 2022? What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for December 2022? The Nine of Wands, the Lovers, the Fool, the Page of Swords, the Chariot, the Death card, the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. So you're starting out the month with the Nine of Wands crossed by the Lovers. So you're having a decision to make about a relationship. And the choice could be between two people, or it could be, should I stay or should I go? You have the Nine of Wands energy, and that's a card of being battle weary. So you've been struggling with a relationship, and a part of you is thinking, maybe I should just give up. This is too difficult. It's like you're waiting for with the Nine of Wands here, you're on the defensive. You're waiting, you've got your guard up. You're waiting for the next fight or waiting for the next problem to pop up. And it's something that you've been struggling with for a while. So you're trying to decide, should I just quit? The Nine of Wands is saying, maybe I should just give up because I'm just tired. I'm battle weary. But the Nine of Wands is saying you're almost at the end of the battle. If you can just hang on and give it one more push. Just try. Don't quit just yet. Another meaning for the Nine of Wands is that something that you thought that was already resolved may pop up again. So you may have another battle to fight, but it'll be like the last battle. So I feel like you're almost there, but you're on guard. And you are going to have to make a choice this month about a relationship. Now, with the Lovers being here, this partnership is very important to you. It's, even though it may be difficult, the person, you're thinking will my life be different without this person in it? Whatever you wind up deciding, whether to stay or to leave, you're not going to, it's going to be a final decision. Because when the Lovers, when you come to the crossroads of the Lovers, if you make a choice, you can't go back on that choice. So you have to really be sure, whatever you're deciding, that this is what you really want. Whether you're deciding to stay or whether you're deciding to walk away. Now you have the Fool card here in the past. So the Fool is about a new cycle coming in. So this relationship there could be a new relationship that you've already started, or this is a new cycle in your life. And you're just having to deal with some of the problems, because I'm seeing the Page of Swords here. And the Page of Swords energy, you could have a challenging lover. It's a problem with communication, because the pages are messages. And the swords are also about thinking and communicating. And you could be dealing with someone that is harsh in their communication, or it could be you who's harsh in your communication. What the message of the page is, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you're involved in some type of conflict, you have to choose your words carefully, because you could be dealing with someone that has a harsh communication style. The Five of Pentacles is here also. This is a card of feeling cut off or left out or out in the cold. Maybe there's someone that you're keeping. Either you're keeping someone out in the cold, or you're feeling that there could be someone in the relationship that's feeling insecure, that's feeling like they're not good enough in some way, that they don't have anything to offer. So maybe it could be you, that you feel like, I don't know if I could fit in with this person's lifestyle or their group of friends. I don't know if I'll be accepted. It could be that there's like a financial difference between the two of you, like one of you makes a lot more money than the other one, and you're feeling insecure about that. This is also a card of depression and isolation. But I feel like you're coming out of that. Maybe that's how you felt in the past. And there's new energy coming up, which we'll get to. But this could also be, so if it's not you that's feeling this way, it could be your partner, that you're dealing with someone who has suffered losses and is needing healing, is needing someone to help them over a difficult time. Another meaning of the Page of Swords is looking beneath the surface. Don't take things at face value, especially if there's gossip, because the Page of Swords can sometimes represent gossip or spying. So you may be hearing stuff that may not be true. Make sure if you hear anything and it's upsetting, go to the source. Don't just listen to gossip. And choose, it's all about communication. That's like the main problem. But that is fading. So this is something that has influence. Maybe there was something that popped up that there were words spoken that were not pleasant. You might have had an argument with someone. But I feel like that energy is fading, and you're coming into, you actually have a lot of major arcana in this reading. So I feel like this relationship is very significant. You're on this like karmic path. You have the Chariot coming up. The Chariot's a card of victory through discipline and focus. But for the most part, it's discipline, like a mental discipline. So you can't let your mind take you on a joyride. Like you might have been overthinking things where you should be like in control. Like don't let your mind think of worst case scenarios and get caught up in all like, what if this happens, what if that happens? You have to be the one that's focused. Like, what do I want to create in this relationship? I'm not going to be distracted by or triggered by other people's actions or words or behavior. You have to be in control. And that's the Chariot. You're driving the Chariot through your mental strength and resilience. So sometimes the Chariot can come up when you have too many irons in the fire, you're too busy with different projects, and you don't have time to really focus on what's important. So this could be you or the other person. Maybe you're feeling that you may have to drop some things. Maybe you've taken on too much, and you need to focus on this relationship and focus on what you really want to get out of it. The Death card is coming up in the future. And sometimes the Chariot can relate to travel. So there could be some travel. You also have the Eight of Wands. There's travel coming up in the future. But the Death is about ending a cycle. And then clearing out the past. So that you can make room for the energy of a new cycle to come in. And I feel like a new cycle has already started. You have the Fool here in the past. So there could be some remnants of a past relationship that are still interfering with this new cycle. And the Death is telling you have to release the past, bless it, let it go, because it's preventing you from having this new rebirth. because the death is transformation. You're changing, you're transforming. Things are changing in your life, and especially in relationship. But if you're still holding on to the past, you're blocking those changes from happening. So the death is saying, clear everything out and leave room for growth. Leave room for the new to come in. And again, we have this Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about someone who's juggling a lot. And that kind of relates to the Chariot, too. You have too many things going on. You may have to drop some things. Think about what you're doing and how you're spending your energy. And if some of those things are really non-productive or just distracting you from your goals, especially or distracting you from a relationship, if it's either giving time to a current relationship or finding a new relationship, you may need to limit the things that you're involved in, or cut away some things that don't really matter, and focus on one or two things that really are important in your life. And the Two of Pentacles is also about trying to hold something together, like you're pretending a relationship that everything's working out. It's a card of like laughing on the outside, crying on the inside. Like, I'm trying to hold it all together. I'm trying to pretend it's good, but deep down inside, you know there's something that you need to fix, or there's something wrong, something that's not making you happy. At some point, you're going to have to drop something. So it could be that you're juggling two people, or there's two situations and you have to choose one over another. It could even be a choice between, do I stay or do I go? And you can't keep juggling this thing. At some point you have to come to a decision. Now, in your environment, you've got the Hierophant. So if you're in a relationship, this person is probably someone very conservative, someone who's looking for stability in a relationship, looking for commitment, maybe a little bit stubborn at times. They just have a rigid way of doing things, and they're not open to change. So if you're trying to change someone, it could be difficult. But I do think that this person is looking for commitment. So if you hang in there is what I want to say. Hang in and try to work things out. The relationship has the potential to lead to marriage or commitment. But I feel like there's a lot of baggage that has to be left behind. Maybe there are feelings of insecurity, or feeling that you're not good enough, feeling that you don't deserve love. If you have any of those feelings, work on releasing that, dropping that baggage. Because you have the King of Wands here in your wish fulfillment sector, so you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this could be a new person, part of this Fool cycle. The King of Wands is someone who is very outspoken. He likes to give advice. Sometimes he could be a little bit bossy, but he has a good heart, a generous heart. But he's he's not a shrinking violet. So the Page of Swords, you might have been dealing with an air sign. Maybe you're releasing the air sign and you're focusing on this king, this fire energy. In his best energy, he's a good leader. Very compassionate, not so much compassionate, but wanting to help. Not afraid to speak his mind. And that could be he or she. The king, I'm just saying he because it's a king here. Not afraid to take action, not afraid to take responsibility. The person's a leader, a natural leader, good businessman, a good mentor. So if you have anything to do with like work or whatever, they can give you great advice. And you've got this Eight of Wands. This is news coming in, the arrows of love, messages, journey by air. So some of you might be traveling with this person, or it could be that feelings. If you're dating someone new I feel like you already know this person. It's not like a new person like you never met before. It's someone that you knew from the past that you're now dating again or something. Or connecting with because the king is a mature energy. It's not like when you have pages, pages are either the beginning stages of a relationship or a person that's on the immature side. That's not really ready for commitment, that's emotionally unavailable. But this king is ready for commitment. You can have a potential commitment with this king. And the feelings with the Eight of Wands can develop suddenly. Like suddenly, you might be dating someone and all of a sudden you're having these feelings for this person. And now you have to make a decision. Do I commit? And maybe a part of you is afraid that things are moving too quickly because the Eight of Wands represents speed. Doors opening up, but it also represents opportunity. So you're going to have an opportunity for love this month. And you may feel like things are moving too quickly, so you may have to set some boundaries and go at your own pace. Because the king can sometimes be impatient energy. The fire signs are usually impatient, and they're a little bit pushy. So you may feel like somebody's pushing you into something that you're not ready for. And if that's the case, just slow it down. You're in control. But I think it's a positive new beginning. I think there's potential for this relationship. And I think the potential is, I don't think you're dealing with a player with the King of Wands because of the Hierophant. I think this person's really looking to do the right thing and to settle down. The only problem is the Hierophant energy is a little bit old-fashioned and rigid. And so their behavior is like, they're doing things the way they think that men, like if it's a male-female thing, this is the way men should treat women. This is the way I should act in a relationship when I'm serious about someone. So you may be a little bit more free-spirited, and this person may be a little bit more old-fashioned, and that could be something that you're thinking about. So especially if you're trying to change this person, it's going to be very difficult to get them to be more hip or more freewheeling or free-spirited because they're kind of old-fashioned. But with the Eight of Wands here, I feel like there's the potential for love to develop and opportunities to develop. I feel like there's a new cycle coming in, but you haven't cleared out the old cycle yet. Like you're still thinking about the past, and you're afraid of maybe repeating whatever you dealt with in the past. So don't let the past control your present or your future, is what I'm saying. Because there is potential. I see potential with this king. And actually, this is a time card of 2 months. In 2 months, you're going to see things start to change, start to move. Because right now, we're kind of in the Mars retrograde. And when Mars goes direct, and Mars is your ruling planet, your ruling planet. Mars rules Scorpio. It's your ancient ruler. The more modern ruler is Pluto. But Mars is important in your chart. And when Mars goes direct in January, things are going to start to move. So if you felt like things are stagnating in this relationship or you're not sure what's going on, you're going to come to the end of your struggle. And there's going to be a lot of changes. So don't be afraid to embrace the Fool energy, the energy of the new. And let's see what the angel cards have to say to Scorpio. Okay. Action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. So there you have it. This Fool energy is blessed by the angels. There is new love coming in, or a new cycle. So don't be afraid of it, and don't think that you're going to be repeating the past. That's done. Maybe you were dealing with someone in the past that was very immature, very maybe toxic even, and it made you feel a little bit insecure, or you're afraid of love now. But things are changing with the Death card. It's like the death of the old so that you can embrace the new. And that means you're changing. You are stronger now, or you're going to be stronger. So don't be afraid to embrace love this month, especially toward the end of the month. Let's see what the astrology has to say. So you have a full moon in your 8th house, and it's conjunct Mars, and it's opposing the sun in your 2nd house. So this is the house of money, self-worth, self-esteem. It's also the 8th house is the house of transformation. Relates to the Death card. You're going through some big big changes, especially when it comes to intimacy and connecting with someone at the soul level. The 8th house is also the house where we confront our shadow. And with Mars there, conjunct the moon, this could be an emotional time for you. But it's also a time of having the courage to look at your shadow, look at your fears. What is it that's holding you back from connecting on an intimate, deep level with someone? Is there anything that you have to look at in your own behavior that needs to be transformed? Especially because the 2nd house is being pulled in, because the moon and the full moon is like an opposition between the sun and the moon. So the moon is in your 8th, the sun is in your 2nd house. That's the house of what do I value? My self-worth. Am I worthy of love? Am I worthy of money? Can I allow someone to help me? Do I have to always be the lone wolf? Can I be vulnerable with someone else and let someone else take the reins on occasion? So those are some of the issues that you might be dealing with at this full moon on the 7th. Saturn is in your 4th house, and the moon, Mars, and the sun are trining Saturn. Well, the moon and Mars are trining Saturn. The sun is sextile Saturn. But in any way, it's in a favorable aspect to Saturn. So you have an opportunity to see certain things, like you're waking up. The full moon always brings awareness and enlightenment. It brings things to the surface. It brings things that have been hidden so that you can see them. So if you have anything that's been hidden, even within your own psyche, you can see now, oh, I could see why I'm doing that, or I could see where I could have handled that differently, or I see what my fears are, and you're seeing things, and you can change things. And you have the opportunity with Saturn to deal with, first of all, see the reality of issues concerning home and family. So you might be revisiting childhood wounds, relationships with authority figures like father, parents, mother, father figures. And that has programmed you to help you deal with relationships. So the relationships you experience as a child flow into, kind of program you and prepare you for the relationships you experience later on in life when you have a partner. So I feel like you're going to be dealing with these issues. There's some psychological issues that need to be worked out. But you also have the potential, if you're willing to do the work, to overcome those obstacles and to create a solid and a strong and happy home for yourself, something that leads to commitment. Because Saturn is about discipline, it's about work, it's not just about obstacles. It's about becoming strong and growing through difficulty. So with this card, with the 9 of Wands, you're going through this difficulty, but it's actually a growth process, and it's making you stronger. It's like that saying, by Nietzsche, whatever doesn't kill us makes us stronger. It's like Saturn is like your personal trainer. You have to lift weights and struggle with the weight to build muscle. And Saturn is helping you. It's in trine and sextile it's in trine to the moon and Mars, and sextile to the sun. But Mars trine Saturn, you can really have the energy and the courage to take action and to face whatever you need to face to transform. And by doing that, you're going to create a more stable home life for yourself. You have Neptune in the 5th, and Jupiter is there now. Jupiter is spending the last few days in Pisces, because Jupiter is going to move into Aries at the end of the month. So Jupiter in the 5th is bringing opportunity. And Neptune, when it conjuncted Neptune earlier in the year, Jupiter and Neptune came together. That's like a dream come true. It's like manifesting a dream. So you have the ability to manifest a new romance or relationship that's going to bring a lot of fun and joy to your life. If it's not a relationship, it could be even creativity. Or if you want to always have children, maybe you can have children in some way, or do something creative, do work that you really love. The fifth house is the fun house. Now, Jupiter is squaring Venus, so you have to be careful with your money. You might be feeling extravagant right now, and you might be, Jupiter square Venus is not a bad thing, but it could lead to excess. So it could lead to you doing too much, taking on too much, spending too much, eating too many rich foods. Because when you're in a good mood when you have a romance going on, you eat, drink, and be merry. So you want to watch the foods that you're eating and watch what you're spending, because you might be in this abundance mode where you're just spending money like crazy. But Venus in the second brings money in, so you'll be making money and spending money at the same time. Now Jupiter is forming a sextile to Pluto in the third house, so this is good. It's supporting third house topics, which is your relationship with your relatives, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, your relationship with your local environment, people in your local, like friends, your neighborhood. Third house is also communication and thoughts, ideas, speaking, writing, teaching. And with Pluto there, you're going through your thinking is changing. Your communication style is changing in a big way. And it could be because of a romance or a relationship that's teaching you how to look at the life, how to behave in a different way, or look at life in a different way. Be more optimistic, because Jupiter brings optimism and hope. So I feel like you might be doing some healing during this full moon on a deep level where you can allow greater intimacy to come into your life. Then we have the new moon in Capricorn, and that's favorable to your sign. And that's happening in the third house. So you could have a new beginning with your relatives. Maybe if you've had a falling out with some people, you have a chance to patch things up. It's also a new way of communicating, too, and a new way of thinking. I feel like you're having an awakening in some way, so that you're communicating in a stronger way, in a more mature way, because it's in Capricorn. You're realizing, you're realizing certain things. This moon is squaring Jupiter, and you have Jupiter in the sixth house. Jupiter now has moved into Aries. So Jupiter in the sixth is going to bring abundance in your work environment. It's going to bring opportunity and optimism. It may even it increases whatever it touches. So it could bring a lot more work, but I think you'll be more positive about it. You'll be enjoying it. But it can also bring health issues to the surface. So if you're doing too much or taking on too much, you may need to cut back, because it may affect your health if you're all work and no play. So give yourself time to rest. Watch, don't overdo things. Take care of your health. Make sure you have some downtime, some fun time. Eat healthy. Get your checkups, But the third house is highlighted a lot during this new moon. You've got Venus, Mercury, and Pluto in the third, plus the new moon. So I feel like there could be something happening around the 23rd, right after the new moon, maybe around the holidays. I think you're going to have a really nice time with relatives and family. And you have an opportunity to heal wounds. If you've had any kind of falling out with family members, you might be feeling more optimistic about the relationships, and you might be able to create some more stable, you might just heal a long-standing wound in a family situation through communication, through being vulnerable, through being more optimistic, feeling more positive. This is a healing time. It's going to be a healing time for you. Uranus is in your seventh house. It's been there, for the past 3 years. It's halfway through Taurus. So there's been a lot of changes in your relationships. You've been going through a lot of ups and downs, roller coaster ride. And Venus is trining Uranus this month. Venus in your third house, trining Uranus in the seventh. You could connect with someone in an unexpected way. You get an unexpected message. The seventh house is partnerships, but it's also business partnerships. So there could be, you could run into someone that has a business opportunity. All of a sudden, you're exploring a new path. I think it's going to be an exciting month, especially toward around the new moon. There might be a lot of exciting changes, a lot of powerful communication, because you have Mercury conjunct Pluto. You're ready to talk about serious things. You're ready to go deep. And sometimes with Pluto, there could be some power struggles. But what's important, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Just keep that in mind this month. If you have any deep issues to talk about, choose your words carefully. Make sure that they're kind, that they're coated with kindness, that you're not responding in a reactive way. But with Venus trine Uranus, love is on. It could be unexpected. It could come out of the blue. So get out there and mingle. If you're not with someone, get out and socialize. And if you are with someone, there could be some surprises, developments in that relationship too, where things get more exciting, more fun. Maybe you're traveling. With the Eight of Wands, you could be traveling together. Or you could have a sudden change of heart in a relationship where you start to feeling the love, like things are picking up in a positive way. I feel like you're going to be in a good place by the end of the month, and the only thing you have to watch out for is excess of eating, drinking, partying, because you're going to be feeling good. When you're in a good place emotionally, you're just like, yeah, let's just spend money, let's just do this, let's do that, let's eat, let's go and splurge. So just watch that you don't take on too much work or do anything in excess, and you'll be fine. I think that you're going through some major changes, and the changes will be for the better. So don't be afraid to communicate and speak up about what you need. Don't be afraid to embrace the new and release the past and old baggage. Don't be afraid to look at yourself and your role in a partnership, and also value yourself. And when you start valuing yourself, you attract people who value you as well. And that's not only just partnerships, but it's also work situations where you earn money. So I think your finances are changing in a good way too. There might be some unexpected opportunity where you find a job that actually pays what you're worth, and you're doing work that you love. It doesn't always have to be love. It could be even a career thing, because your fifth house is activated. So if you find new opportunities this month, it could lead to more abundance, and you really enjoying the work that you do, really enjoying the person you're with. So that's my forecast. If things don't feel right now, just give it a month or two, and you're going to be in a new environment, a new energy. Let the new come in and release the past. So that's my forecast, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. If this resonated with you, leave a comment. Let me know what's going on in your life. I love reading all the comments. So have a wonderful holiday if you're celebrating. Whatever you're celebrating, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy solstice, Merry Christmas. May your holidays be filled with love and light and abundance. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.